and test. I have to give them away. I can't eat too much of it. This is one of the special rules. Like, you know, I'm allowed to bake metric, metric tons of desserts, but I'm certainly not allowed to eat them all. Otherwise, I will grow sideways, to put it politely. This is pretty good though. I've never made a flan before, and it was a relatively good success. It took ages though. Obviously, if you know how to make it and where the time stops are, then you can kind of prepare in advance, like what and how you're going to make it. One of the things I screwed up on Monday is actually, I was going to make it Monday, but I didn't have any evaporated milk. So who's got that just laying around? I didn't even know. Even that like one slice is huge. I reckon, as delicious as this is, that's too much for one person. Like, I'm just eating it because I cut it. It's not like I want to stop eating it. But I think if I was served flan after a meal, I could do with a slice half that size. Seriously. It's so good though. Okay, that dough's rising for an hour. Okay, here's the real deal. Yeah, consumed in small. Well, because I was just following a recipe because it was the first time and I was using the full loaf pan, right? If I was to ever make this again, like a proper flan, I'd scale down the recipe and just make them in these. So then you can like bang, have like a mini micro pudding and have it as like a small dessert. I actually need to buy more of these. These are really good for having like a small, a mini treat after your meal. Have it with your evening whiskey. I don't know, whatever. I swear, this thing would be made quite often if I had my own chickens that provided me epic amounts of eggs. Okay, there's liquid sugar, and I think we all know what's going to happen to this. Let's not beat around the bush with it. So, turn away and ignore my vulgarity. Okay. Now, the next lineup, recipe. Oh, I've lost my keyboard. Let me bring this thing back again. Someone make a magic keyboard that can teleport back to my counter. And let's just get rid of this flour into this bowl in case we need it again. And we're rolling out the dough. Now, nothing connect to a keyboard, both will work. That's true. It's more just that like I can't have the keyboard like occupying large amounts of bench space. And like, to be fair to the keyboard, this thing is like 15 years old and I could buy a smaller keyboard, like a micro one that would make a lot of sense. But this is the one I've got and I'm not spending money on a new one yet, so we'll just live with it. Anyway, this is the next thing I wanted to make tonight that I've never made before, ever. I'm going to cop flack for never having made this. Alright. Fudgy brownies, world's best, that's a claim. Best homemade. Tasty, handle the heat. Which internet chef do I trust with this recipe? This guy. If there's one person who probably knows how to make brownies, it's him. I need to... Okay, parchment paper, baking dish, shopping list. Oh, they're cakey brownies, not fudgy brownies. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. White sugar, unsalted butter, room temp. Let's get it out then, because mine's not as close as room temp as possible. Cocoa powder, salt, baking powder, 4 large eggs. Let's make sure I've actually got enough. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, we need to make some decisions here. I've got 6 eggs left, and I do want to make... Oh no, the other type of cinnamon scrolls are just puff pastry. I don't need eggs. So in other words, I've got 5 eggs, which is what I need. That leaves me with 1 left to do something. Oh yeah, do they need to be room temperature? Oh, even if they don't, I'm just taking them out now. Now you can warm up. I'm not actually a breakfast person, Adam. I never got used to the idea of having the most important meal of the day, in quotes. Just because I wake up and I'm essentially a zombie for the first 2 hours, 3 hours of the day, so there's just no point. And if I'm like, I don't know, if it's necessary, like if I'm about to do some serious physical activity, like if I'm going for a huge run in the morning or something like that, which I never do, but if occasionally I have, with a friend I've gone and run in the morning, and if it's like a massive one, then yeah, some sort of sustenance, just so the body's got calories to burn. But other than that, you know, I do not have a trades job. I'm not on my knees or lifting bricks to and from a warehouse, so I do not need morning energy most days, so I just don't eat in the morning. 1.5 cups AP flour. This is bread flour. Let's put this away. This is my only good flour left, actually. It's not infested with creepy crawlies and things that give me the heebie-jeebies. Let's also seal that with a highly advanced piece of technology to lock in. Time. Thank you, rubber bands. Just dialing in. Chevron's locked. Activate the Stargate. Which planet are you dialing in from? Are you Egyptian? Are you one of the Egyptian... What are they called? I can't even remember. Are you a Goa'uld? What's cooking? This is cooking. Let's observe. Yeah, I want... You must give me... Oh yeah, you did miss Flan. Look at this. Look, observe. Oh, a little mini spider. What are you doing there, friend? No, doesn't want to climb on my finger. No. Well, you can't stay there. Go over there into that corner. Thank you. Look, you'll notice a distinct lack of plastic wrap over this rising dough. I have used a silicone mat and something heavy on top to push the mat up against the rim of the thing and a weight. Look, plastic-free living. I'm saving the planet one piece of cinnamon roll at a time. Is it? It's not rising that fast. Well, actually, I suppose it's been a non-plastic cover. What was I doing? Gathering brownie ingredients. Plain flour. Oh, I need that sugar as well. Bring the sugar over as well. Plain flour, baking powder. I need to buy more of that. Someone remind me to buy more of that. Some water. Cocoa powder. Cocoa powder or cocoa powder? Or cacao? I'm not sure. Butter. Oh, that's already on the bench. Okay. Sugar, butter, that. Salt is on the top of the thing. Baking powder's here. Eggs there. Water I don't have, and the flour is there. I need water. How much is it? Can't actually even read that. Anyone else read that? That's like the weirdest font ever. I think it's half a cup. Yeah, half a cup of water. Your work here is done. Your work is never done. I know. I know how to keep you on a leash so you'll never leave. I'll peel some more out. And a mixing bowl. I need some sort of a mixing bowl. I probably need a bigger one, but that's all I've got. So, whoa, hang on. I absolutely will need a bigger one. 1.5 flour, like 5 eggs. This bowl's not going to be big enough, which is a problem because it's the only one I've actually got. Oh, I could clean this one. I definitely need a bigger bowl. Stan, a leather leash. Then you're up for that, eh? I'll wash this one to make my brownies because I need a big bowl. Sticky dough on the bowl. It's disgusting. I'm diversifying. I'm moving into maid cleaning streams now. It's no longer about a baking maid, now it's about a fucking cleaning maid. I'll get a sink cam next. You can watch me wash dishes all day. Okay, I think that is clean. Oh, I missed a couple of spots. Alright. And weevils, oh, don't ask. Don't ask. There's like poisonous creatures in my flour and I don't know how they got there. And I can't even really see them on the shelf up there either. So it's like they were only in the flour. So make of that what you will. Okay. I'm not going to measure anything else because it seems like such a simple recipe that it should be measured as you fill the bowl with the things. It is, after all, this is the recipe. This is the most common recipe, I should say, that stoners use to integrate their weed into their baking. Then it must be for idiots. So even I can't make this one. And I'm not calling stoners idiots, I'm just saying, you know, when you're fucking high, like, you need something that you can't screw up, and this recipe seems like the perfect one. Was that talking about weed brownies, and then I've got to follow from herbal tendency. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the baking party. What kind of herbal are you? Herbal. What kind of tendency do you have for herbs? Anyway, let's. We should line the pan first. It's telling me to do that as step one. So let's get the pan out and line the pan. And probably also turn the oven on, eh? Should I be pedantic with a whole parchment paper, or just? It seems a bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Using parchment paper. Yes, the most appropriate time. Oh, okay, I will use the parchment paper because it will be easy to take out. Let's just get a bit of this butter. I'll put a thin, super thin layer on the edges to make them sticky. And like cross the middle. X marks the spot. And then the parchment paper will stick to the edges and be very easy. What's your next art? Dark, how's it going, mate? I don't know, what is my next art? I haven't been very artistic lately. I need to come up with a good artsy recipe. You know, some sort of challenge that I want to do is to just take some sort of like meme or, you know, funny thing, like reference, whatever, and then try and bake it. Could be anything. Could be like complete dumb, totally stupid stuff, and just see what kind, like make a cake or something like that. Can I do a French dessert on a plate with sauce? That seems highly advanced for a silly person like me. But sure, well, what do you got in mind? I love to build my list of future challenges, future baked challenges. Are you thinking like a, I don't know, like a croissant with chocolate sauce? Oh, you know what? A detailed, oh shit, I'm gonna get a whole briefing on this thing. You know what, I never ever keep in my house, but because we're like going down the rabbit hole of baking all sorts of, you know, weird and wonderful things, something that I bought the other day, which is very, very dangerous to keep on premises. This stuff is radioactive to your health. So, I'm putting it on the high shelf where I can barely reach it because I'm absolutely not allowed to touch it unless it's for a baked dessert of some kind. I'll use it as like a filling or a topping, you know, sprinkle a little bit over the top of something like that. Okay, done. Oh, the recipe did say to oil the middle, didn't it? Good old Davesh said oil up the inside of the parchment paper as well. I'll do that. It's a bit of an odd step. You wouldn't normally think that you want to oil up the parchment paper because it's, you know, it's going to peel away. But yeah, I'll do it. Okay. It looks like I missed a spot. I need to dab it. There we go. Dabbing it is much better to get like oil spread on the bottom there. And dab the sides. Okay. Actually, I'll keep this around. Maybe the oily rag is useful for something. Let's put that away. Ooh. But you're super tall. Well, that's true. I mean, like, I can get it down from the shelf that I put it onto, so... Take you. Oh. You know, like when someone... You know how... I wish I had like a camera I could just like easily point, but you know how cats, when they usually walk in and they stand there and they like kind of put their paws together, like this? She just walked into the room like she wanted to start a fight. She walked in, stopped, and her legs like this wide apart. She's like, I better go deal with her before I get into a punch on.